Yashikayach Rabbeinu Shalom. Shikayach Torah any time. Kavish Kayach Pratis Kala Loshen. Kayach Yosef Yafi. Now, there is a Marsha in Chesamet Beis in Tainus. I just bumped into it. I had seen it years ago. Marsha is a gold mine. Watch what you're saying, says the Marsha. If you feel that you deserve a certain punishment because you did something wrong, you see something happening, you say, I deserve it, you're going to get it, and it's your own fault. That's the Marsha. I'll tip that. What are you saying? I deserve it. You say you deserve it, boom. Yeah, you're heading for it. You caused it. Now we're talking. How did you know? Looking high in love with some schnapps. This man, he's all right. Rabbi Crum, we're talking business. Yeah, go, yeah. There's nobody home. Take them all. See, we got...
Rabbi, you became a chassan.
Oh.
It's old news.
Oh, it's old news. No, and it's a prat.
I just got a mythus. Now this is, I gotta announce it.
Wow.
It's Kedai. He helped me. Now, I don't ask people to help me. I got a 34, maybe a father once did something for me. 34-year-old Chassidish woman, a girl. I said, she's a Kala. 2 months later, she was a Kala. 34. Chassidish yet. At 34, that means who knows what. Now, what happened this Cholamayid Sukkos? I desperately need someone to type my Bטחון weekly. Cholamayid, nobody does anything, so I need. A friend of mine says, I'll do it. But I got a 25-year-old daughter. I want her to be a Kala. I said, she's a Kala. 3 nights ago, I went to the Vart. He's giving me credit. Now look, I don't want to beat. She was holding already, so I don't take. But he's giving me credit. So I says, I don't know. Now the truth is, it looks like he tells me that as soon as I gave, it wasn't really Solamai Sedek. As soon as I gave the bracha, boom, fine. But whatever it is, it's good advertisement. Anybody want to help me out? Yeah, who wants some schnapps? Let's go. Let's go. L'chaim. Now, you drink a l'chaim, Yeshuos. For all these, a lot of people calling me, all should be geholfen. They should come close to the Rabbeinu Shalom. Now, Yeshuos, Rafus. Now, this Chesamet Beis Marsha, watch out. I know a story, I heard it in France, about a bacha that caused aggravation for an entire community. He did something, I know one detail I recall. He was sticking around, he got carried away. He said, I deserve to be punished. 2 weeks later, he was nifta. Made a big rosham on me, that Maisa. What are you saying? I deserve. Here's the Marsha. He says it often. Don't do that. Now, the Marsha says, Chesamet Beis, he brings it down. Everyone brings that Marsha. It's right here, Marsha. Maybe here, the pasuk. All right, I don't know if I'm going to get involved. You want to look it up? Chesamet Aleph. Chesamet Aleph, right. No, Chesamet Beis. Marsha, maybe here's what it's going on. Emes me'eretz titzbah. Kol ha'matzik es atzmai malmato, matzikan olavadim amala. Matzik, I deserve it. Matzikan olavamala, okay, we agree. You deserve it. You're going to have trouble. Shadem emes me'eretz titzbah. You're so emistic. We can't last with truth. Don't say it's true. I deserve it. Whoa, boy. We never work with truth. We're always in rachamim. I know we don't. Because nobody can, nobody's right to make it. There's no such bria. Ain't tzaddik ba'aretz asher yaseh tov b'liyachta. You never say I deserve it. What do you mean deserve? We're all on borrowed time. We're all living on rachamim. Nobody deserves any. Don't say it's true and I deserve it. Boom, boom, boom. I had a couple here. That's so long ago. Some get busy killing each other. They're good at it. Both are good. I don't know to get them out of the mode. For a while, there was a big Yeshua. I've had major Yeshuas. by stop that mode. Start talking differently. Start saying, he's good, she's good, he's good, he's good. And I try to get them on. Okay, anyway, listen to this. I said, you're going to have to exaggerate. And you know what they both told me? I was blown over. We are both very truthful people. Did you? Emes me'eretz titzmach. The Kotzke says, the Emes liegt in der Erde. Emes nederes. Look, you want to go with truth. So the Gemara, Chazal say, don't be so truthful. There's the Mashal. You want to go with the Emes? You want to go Emes. You go Dafka, not Emes. You bet Rachmim your whole life. Where you say, in all the tefillahs, we don't deserve nothing but still be nice to us. Isn't that what it's all about? No, I deserve it. So I couldn't get these guys to be nice to each other because they held, I can't say that. It's not true. You got to be Elach. I don't deal with Elach people. You got to be Elach. There, says, you want to be straight? Go, straight, right off the cliff. You messed up. You're supposed to be lying throughout your life. The Marsha says, Claude, don't do that. Don't be a ganze tzaddik. And the Yetzirah, Emes, me'eretz titzmach, Emes tzaddik mishmev nishko. And now they'll kill you for that. Because you're such an Emestic guy, boom. Oh, you like to go with the truth? Here goes. You should know this stuff is so real. You got to watch it. Got to always say good stuff. Now, Reb Shlomo Volba said, I know the rest of it. What's back there? Reb Shlomo Volba said, you have to be done yourself with a cop's chus. A lot. I heard he's big into that. You have to, now the rest of us, I heard that. Even the Litvak say it. So now we got it all over. Now, no way out of that. But Allah Zayden, be done yourself with cop's chus. Every day, again, you did it yesterday, do it again. It's hard work. Yetzirah wants you. Please, Rabbi Mendel, don't. Oh, here he goes again. Rabbi Mendel, I'm an Elach person. I must live with the truth. I told you this agnostic, Hashem Yerachem. I met him in Yerushalayim. He looked like a sweet fellow. He didn't never wear yarmulke. Agnostic. He wasn't sure. What's the matzav? Hashem Yerachem, an American guy. And during the war, 6-day war, when everybody was doing tshuva, and the streets were intense, and everybody was like not shayach. And here he goes again without his yarmulke. I says, what's going on here? Chap is the... No, I must be honest. That's what I am. No, you can't do that. I must be Oiska. He wants to be Oiska halten. I never wear a yarmulke, now also now. What do you mean? You ever hear there's no atheist in a foxhole? But by him, even in a foxhole. The Emes guys, even in a foxhole. Why by atheists? Admavis, you got to be Oiska halten. Bleib a bum, business say, biz get him. If you live, position get him, maybe chazer. I don't want to say chas shalom, this poor guy. What does he know in American? It's a bracha. Who knows where it's coming from? Not everybody the kapschus. But anyway, Emes. So this is a powerful mashal. Just the same Gemara. Just right up here. Kol hasameach Reb Shua ben Levi. Kol hasameach b'yisurim shebayin Allah maybe surely Elam. If you're happy with the Yisurim that are coming to you, you're going to bring a Yeshua to the world. Did you hear that? Be happy with the Yisurim. I have a way. Okay, this week, I lost my telephone book. I lost my keys. And the key, I can't get into class. I don't have the key. I can't do this. Well, here we go again. I'm a Baal Yisurim. You see, Nebuch. The Rebbe is about Yisurim. Never about Yisurim. I forget this. Take a look at the Sherman Moon. He says people are forgetful, or they have certain idiosyncrasies that they're always doing, always coming late. There's a lot of guys I know like that. Who is it? Or the house is a little messy, or that that's a little socially inept. They always say what they're not supposed to say, like Biden. If he's got a Biden syndrome, Biden, Madame Shane Biden, it's over. Get out of there. Biden had for years, he's already in politics, 11, he's already an old seasoned, he's into it. And for years, they always said, don't let him speak in public. He's going to put his foot in his mouth and blow it. I hold he caused Putin to go off the derech. Putin was a nice guy. Don't let this record. Biden, I don't mean that. I'm kidding around. But he went ahead the first time he met Putin. He said, Putin, you're a wicked man. What'd you do that for? You're supposed to lie. No, but he's an honest person. Biden, Elach. No. Maybe Mordechai used to do that. He went to Haman. Haman! Okay, I don't want to chas v'shalom. It's not a good habit to put people down. I want to tell you something. I didn't like it. They chepered Trump, especially. Trump is my friend. He chepered with my Trump. I put him in office. My wife told me, I said, I knew nothing about politics. Those days I was a little more like, a little less in the Welt. I didn't know nothing. Who's running? Oh, what? What's his name? Trump? The Donald? That guy? The Donald. And the Hillary, how we know it. The whole Chassidish Chevra are all after her. And she's good. She helps them. I'm joking. I'm just joking. But anyway, those two together. And I asked my wife, who's going to win? So my wife says, no question, Hillary won. She gave me 80 or 90%. Everybody, I said, I don't want her. I know she was nice. She helped some of my Hasidic friends. You have to be. But I didn't want it there. It's a lady, Hashem Yirachem. I just didn't want it there. And Trump, he knows how to make jokes. Trump, all the ladies on the phone will have with the lamp on instead of, after the recipe comes, what's Trump's latest joke? I had dreams of, I honestly says, I want Trump. And that night I was davening, I had bטחון, I want Trump. The next morning it was Trump. No one knew how that happened. I'm the man. One of my mugshim. So Trump and me, we're good friends. Look, he was an Ivy Yisrael. What? I know, the re-election. I want to tell you, a gewaltige yesod. Sometimes I don't want to get into it. Why didn't he re-elect? You know why? You can't have a good guy up there all the time. You lose all your faith. You have a Trump. We have Trump. Franz Josef. Remember the Yidden in Austria-Hungary? They had how many years? 50 years? Franz Josef was it? And all the Jews, Franz Josef, they loved him. Remember Franz Josef? He used to go to the Kaisel. No, he was a good man. All the Yidden helped. We have Franz Josef. Not such a good thing to have a finer Franz Josef. Better to have, the Alter Rebbe had a machlekes with all the Gdolim when Napoleon was fighting Russia. And all the Gdolim said, Napoleon used to bust all the ghettos, let the Jews free. He was good to Jews. He was like, where did he come from? Someone's nice to us. What went on in Europe? The persecutions, Hashem Yirachem, what they used to go through. Hit them all, Napoleon. He likes us. And the Tsar, Hashem Yirachem, in Russia, he held he was from a Malik. And all the Gdolim said, we want Napoleon to win. And the Lubavitcher, the Balatanya said, I want the Tsar to win. Napoleon, you know what he's going to do? He's nice to Jews. Achameh, he was right. The worst intermarriages in France. In France, I once met a French guy, he's on the board of a day school, of a Jewish. And after you're Jewish? Yes. After I had a little talk with him, I says, okay, is that an eighth or an eighth or partially? The mother for sure was a shiksa. I mean, some Jewish blood somewhere. The guy was messed. He was mixed. France is the worst. And he opened up so everybody can become a guy. Now you can mix with goyim, no more ghettos. The Alter Rebbe was a Kol Yid, the Balatanya. Anyway, so now I want to tell you something. I got a phone call yesterday. A sweetie pie. Oh, is he good? A Swedish guy. He tells me his wife. He's got a good Rebbitzin. Oh boy. His wife decided, she listens to me a lot. And some people, they understand me well. He's one of them. You're good. A lot of guys, they know me. They know exactly, I'm at Al-Das Rabbi. The guys that bring me this, they really understand me. People understand me in this world. I don't feel like I'm misunderstood, you know. I feel like people understand me. They bring me this. They understand what I'm all about. So anyway, so here's the story. He gives me a phone call. His wife, listen to this. She heard from Mendel from weeks and weeks, Mendel. Finally, she decided, okay, I'm not asking for anything else to the Eibishter. No more. I'm thanking. She was Makabel, the second day of Nisan, I assume. 30 days, only asking. You know, ladies, when they tin licht, they cry for the kids. No! Thank you for this, thank you for that, thank you for this. Even that, with the shlisel, with all the minhagim, all the thanking, 24/7. That's all she's going to do. Her husband lost his job. He was a tzahak the tzoris, with no chance of getting another job. They were walking around climbing the walls. The 30th day after she started thanking 24/7, he got a job. The Reb Shaya Keresteris Yotzai. He got a job. That's a bracha. He never dreamed with Ruchni is Gashmi is going to be able to do this and that. Things he never dreamed of. He's flying high. That's Aleph. Vase. His wife is going through pain for 7 years. The baich and the cup for the cup of the baich and this. Oh, ow, terrible pain. How is it? You know, you have a Rebbitzin all day long fetching. And my head hurts me. You know what I once did? I'm telling you, I've done it more than once. My wife was fetching, and I davened. A few minutes later, how do you feel? I feel better. I do that stuff. Don't worry. My father, I did it so many times while I was on the phone once with one of my relatives. They were having with the hand, a certain very unpleasant pain. It's a whole, I don't want to talk about the details. And this relative was on the phone with me and stretching about the situation. And he says, This is Eibishter Atkan. This relative was 1,000 miles away. And when the conversation was over, you know, Yidel, I suddenly felt better as I was talking to you. How's that one? Balmifus like me. That's in my younger years. This is old stuff. I do this. I mean, I'm with the Eibishter, you know, I'm on my own. I have a ball. I enjoy life. I go, anyway, so now this lady, we're not finished with her. The pain disappeared. 30 days, gone. And last but not least, the Shalom Bayis was Tahak the Tzoros. They were both good at it, you know. Some people are talented in negativism. You ever see those? Some they are good, they know how to. I saw once a couple, I tried to get them to be positive. I saw they were brilliant, and no, they have, you know, they could write mafarshim on why that's right, the negative, you know. Anyway, the Shalom Bayis is in a different world. It sounded to me from the husband that he's going to send this whole story to me, that more than anything else, the Shalom Bayis. He said, Nisim Gluya. They've been killing each other. I don't know how fight. That, he said, was, look what's going on. He has other issues. He says, no more issues. I'm going to thank for 30 days. It's not everything I might say. I'll tell you another one. this Yid is he's Moira Rabbi Yisrael, a Rosh Yeshiva, in the hundreds of daily Torah listening to his, from the big people. But in Parnasa, he's in the garbage. And he cried. You know what I was inspo from this lady is that she didn't daven. No davening! Thanking! Stop davening! Geduk! You know why davening doesn't work so well? Because Psukkah de Zimra has to go first. Now, Psukkah de Zimra is supposed to put you on a high with thankfulness. Now you can daven. So usually, Psukkah de Zimra is like, let's get this over with. And now let's get to the point. Rafa'enu Hashem Barech Aleinu. I need Parnasa. Let's get to the point. Okay. Yeah, you got a hallelujah here. But now let's get to the point. Let's get that's why it doesn't work. Because you got to be a thankful heart. The Eibishter wants to help. You're a kvetcher. Who wants to help a kvetching guy? All you know how to do is kvetch. So did you want to help guys? Vaita complains. Here he goes again. So that's why I recommend before Psukkah de Zimra in English or in Yiddish. Thank you for pickles, Himmels Geshrei, for food, for breathing, for basics, for this, for Jack and John, and what's this guy's name? Who? Tomental. Sounds good. The gentle dram, whatever that means. Scotch. Sounds good enough. And he's geisesing already. This guy Slivovitz. This is basically, see, my Olam knows how to drink. Don't speak Lashon Hara about my chevra. They drink. I gave it to the Chassidim. The Malamdim get together. And hundreds of them, the lower grades from Lakewood. And I come in to the Malamdim, and I speak in all the places. I go, each room, there's like 100 guys in this room, I speak. Now the Chassidim I like the Chassidim Shemahalach with his men over here, okay, I like that. I always roll into the Chassidim, I love going. I like everybody, but see them along with the men over there. There's a special flavor for me. And I remember coming in there, and I saw empty, things like this. Here, I saw loads of these with almost nothing left. One after another. I says, Rabbi Sai, I am proud of you. I come in here. That's the first thing I said. That's Geshmaki Yinis, you guys. Namsach Tzamabit. There's a Maisa with a Gera. Geras believe in eating. You got to eat. Like Novandik is. Ger and Novandik get along merrily. So once I heard this Ger Chassid made a big spread, a Kiddush. It was outdoors, I think, I'm not sure. Big spread. They got shmal setting and plenty of mashkas. They're good, the Geras are gavaldik. And he sees the Chassidim schmoozing around. And he made up a whole thing with his wife's cholent, with the giggle, with the polish stuff. You ever have gala? Cha? What? Gala? Gala. Oh, delicious. Gala. You want to see Nefloy somebody? Eat gala. Eat gala. I want all the gala companies to say thank you to me. You're going to be pretty soon they'll buy them all out. It was my Chassidim. Yeah, anyway, so, and they know how to eat, but they're schmoozing around. And the guy, the Bala Simcha, walks over to him. Rabbi Sai, no, Abit, get to work. What are you guys hanging around for? Abit, get to work. Machmil, es. I have a mechutin, a Chassidish. He's not around anymore. One of the world famous, a very big name by the Chassidish world. We're connected. And I remember I was sitting next to him at the first or second Simcha. And we were sitting up front, we're both the Zaydis, one of those, And while he's sitting there, he says, Gaba dem kigel. With a stolz. Gaba dem kigela. I had such a no. That's the way you eat kigel. You know how many people eat kigel? Can I have another? What are you afraid of? You're afraid of eating. Es mit der Stolz. For Kovet Shabbos, you get a mitzvah. Geba had them kigel. Geba had. He starts cutting it. Eat! Gesundheit! Enjoy Hashem's food. It's a beautiful world. Everyone's so scared of each other. Rabbi Yaakov spoke about this when you're up front. Should I eat that as everyone's watching? Rabbi Yaakov said it's better a little tighter and less covered. You know that famous story. Anyway, so this other Yid, he's poor like anything. That's what he told me. No matzahs for Pesach. Year after year after year, no matzahs. Scandal, I'm chapped. But he said his arm, he doesn't have a penny, he climbs the walls and he cries bitter tears from the Beis Medrash, from his house, every time he goes, hey, Bishtach, I have no panos, I have no money. What's going to be? He's going on for years and he cries. You know, when you cry, you feel like, oh, this man's davening. You know, you feel good about yourself. Leiv nishbar. For years until he heard Mandel. And Mandel's like, no. I believe in laughing. So for 2 weeks, he stopped cold turkey, his old habits. And he started walking. Every time he went, he was dancing and laughing and thanking and thanking and thanking and thanking. Everything's great. He said, this last Pesach, he had so much food and so much money in his life. He never had so much. How do you like that one? I got one more. One of my congregants, he's a Rosh Koila, Adam Choshem, he knows Kol HaTorah Kula. He's one of my Chevra on Shabbos. So I spoke and I said, he davens along. He has what the daven for. He runs it in the hundreds. He has, and he needs money. He has all different programs for his Koilite. And I asked him, I once spoke, before you lirot 10 minutes of thankfulness. 10 minutes of thankfulness. That's what you do, Yularabi. Just thank for everything and anything. He told me he was climbing the walls. He couldn't get money. He always spends long. Come inside. There's room. Come, move over. The other ones. Oh, wow. I want to turn any time. How many did you say? 800 guys waiting? Okay. How many do we have? About 900. Oh, really? Oh. You don't have to take me serious, the guys inside. There's not that many, but we're doing all right. Come inside. Anyway. So what happened? So he told me that give a bracha. You want to hear something interesting? I speak to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people all the time with peklach. People ask me, you don't get depressed from all these, don't ask what they call me up about. And I says, no, not. Usually I speak after I learn Musa for an hour. I'm oozing with positivism, and I hold it. It spills over to the guy I'm talking. You'll be fine because I'm in such a mode. And anyway, so lately I was mispal. You got to have feelings. I'm not into that, by the way. But you have to feel. Since that tefillah, I got to control myself. I start crying. It's all tefillah. I'll daven the other way, so we'll be kalt all over again. You know what tefillah does? I used to be crazy nervous. The first time I had to speak with half the size as what we have tonight. And I was sitting I like this, one of those. And it says, Eibishter, it's not a mahalach. So I says, Eibishter, I don't want to be nervous. Since that day, I'm not nervous. That's something. Is that melodic? And by the way, my speech wasn't good. If I hold it wasn't good, I say Lamafreya. I believe in Lamafreya. You ever hear there's a ganze sugya, Mikanu Abol Lamafreya. I go backwards too. I have a whole mahalach. I says, Eibishter, it should be the best shmuz I ever get. Every single time. I always say that when I feel I didn't speak good. You know, the Elam didn't like. I didn't see everybody with his mouth wide open like this, mesmerized, you know. It didn't have some, I'm scared. All right, Abbaise. I want to tell you something else. I don't know if they should all hear this, but I hope they don't. You know, so I say, to help, it should be good. It should be a great speech. 2 days after I gave the speech, I said, oh, I didn't daven for a good speech. To make it a good speech. Make it that it was a good speech. I promise you, every time I do it, I get compliments all over. Ooh, it's gewaldig. I say, you're sure? Oh, what you said? Really? So I almost not. I heard Rabbi Yehuda Jacobs, that's how it said. His yahrzeit was 2 days ago. Yehuda Ben, what was it? Yehuda Jacobs should have a big aliyah in Yadavelt. I owe him so much. Not for him. Don't ask. The whole Lakewood owes him. He should be a lichtiger Gan Eden. He should have the biggest Elam Haba. Rabbi Yehuda Jacobs, our beloved. In the name of God's Lakewood, Rabbi Yehuda Jacobs, I want the best for you. And I want you to help us out a little. Say something nice about us up there. Rabbi Yehuda Jacobs. He was, that's Lakewood. Yehuda Jacobs. Plain and kind. Anyway, what was I saying? No? Story about who? Okay, back to that. I was like in 10 other places time. Who? Right. Yeah, so I say it's good and the other one likes it. After I said it, it's so funny. I want to tell you. Years ago, I had a certain class that, like, you know, with this kid, with that kid, I used to go to sleep and laugh. I don't know, I don't address problems so fast. I go straight to him. I know somebody used to hate me like poison, and I don't deal with it. Suddenly, the guy loves me to pieces. I go to him. I'm not so orangutan in relationships. You got problems with relationships? Daven. The guy should like you. Daven. Watch what happens. I'm telling you, it's nerve about you. Anyway, so this Rosh HaKolim. So I told you this. Oh, yeah. So he said this time he davened and he got in the figures, whatever he said, it was big thousands the week that he spent those 10 minutes thanking Hashem at the end of Shemoneh Esrei. It skyrocketed, the money that came in. Isn't that something? See? Okay, now. I had somebody call me up about it. A little child, a little 13-year-old boy, who suddenly forgot everything. And he couldn't move. And I got on the phone with him and he started crying. Where am I? What am I doing? The parents are going out of their minds. And he's totally, he forgot, he barely talks, he's all depressed, they brought him to the hospital, boom, he's a piece of clay. Mendel said, Baloney, Stutz him, he's fine. Parents say, you sure? Yes, I know. And the doctors are checking him out. MRIs, what do they call these things? Check out this, check out that, and they found this, and they don't know what that. Right now, as soon as I opened my big mouth, the first time, he got up twice, which was a mephus. But he's not unconscious, sort of. And now, after 3 days, he's up and walking around. And I kept, no. And after I gave the bracha, he got to drop better. Like, Rabbi Mendel, now he's in the ICU. I say, oh, ICU. Baloney, that's a mistake. He's fine. Like the next day, he was out of the ICU, and he's walking and talking and coming. He has a slight thing they have to take care of. And I laugh at that too. I believe if you speak positive, look, what's really going on, my nafkamina. You have a power, what you can do. You know, he says, if he says, the Maharsha says, Bris Krusel, I'll take the appella Sutton. The guy says, I'm guilty. You're going to be guilty in Shemayim. Your life and death. If you decide I'm guilty, I'm doing sins, and I'm guilty, I do deserve a punishment, you will get it. Because that's how it works. That's why Rabbi Gamliel got up, Yonis and Menazil got up, Nakdim and Gurion got up and said, I'm innocent. And as soon as they said, I'm innocent, things changed in their favor. You know who you are? Don't ever put yourself down. I'm going to tell you, Murdig Amaisa. Now, I have to find the Sefer. It's, you know where I found it? In Sefer Zayin. I don't know why I lost it. It's Sefer Zayin Amid Beis. It's about the, who caused Yehuda to be, Reuven to be, say, I'm sorry. So Moshe Rabbeinu said, Eibishter, oh boy. Wait till he hit this one. Okay, let me just tell this first before I start my Zikr Rab. I'm going to make everyone crazy. Let's leave out the Zikr Rab. I'll tell you maybe later. It's good to hear it. But the main thing is that the Ramah, the Sefer brings our Ramah, Tshuva something. Ramah said, Vayishkav Ruvain, he was Melitz on Ruvain. It was just he held up Yaakov Avinu from Rachel, from Bilhah. That's all. So he played down. Why? Because he has a riot. It says B'nai Eli Vayishkav. And there it just means he held the husbands away from the wife. He detained them. That's all it means. So he touched up Reuben like that. He had a dream that night. Reuben ben Yaakov came to the Ramah and told him, thank you so much. Does Reuben need that? Reuben needs you should say nice things about him. Well, you know the Maisa with Ramesha, with this guy in Luban, back in Europe, with a guy, it's in the Chuvas. He brings it in the Chuvas. This guy in Luban, he says, call the Rav Ramesha comes, and he says, I had a dream. Two super old women came to me. I said something derogatory about B'nai Slight, and they came to me in a dream. They said, we didn't like what you said. It's over. And here I am. He said, Shema Yisrael was Nifta. Ramesha Feinstein. What do they care? B'nai Slight. You're going to say this. You're going to say that. What does Reuven care? That's done. They're in the other belt. First of all, it's brought down. Peliyah, it says, be very careful never to say anything about dead people. You can hurt them, chas v'shalom. And they're always Ayman Ladin up there. Suddenly things could, you know the Ma'aseh Shmuel Navi? They called Shmuel Navi, this Machshefa called Shmuel Navi. Shmuel Navi was petrified. He came down with Moshe Rabbeinu, he came flying down. It's a Gemara, Chagiga, he came down with Moshe Rabbeinu, and he said, Moshe, you, what did he want me here? What did I do wrong now? You know, and Moshe, say Edus, I kept the whole Torah. So we want you for something else. We want to ask you. Shaul HaMelech, Shaul was asking Shmuel via Avner Ben Er's mother, who was a Machshefa. She knew black magic. She could bring bodies. And will Shaul HaMelech come out alive from the battle he's going to? They wanted Shmuel. So Shmuel told them. But anyway, Shmuel was petrified. He's in Yanavelt already. He's petrified. Okay, that's a different. But when you say something good about somebody, true, not true, what's the difference? It's chala bracha in that direction. Say something nice. There's a bracha going in that direction. Say nice things. Rabbi Miller says better a positive lie than a negative truth. Say nice stuff about yourself. Rabbi Gamliel wasn't afraid to do that. I did this. He built himself up. He said how great he was. No. Yonis and Mendel said, no, I did this l'shem shemaim. And if you wouldn't have said it, boom. You know what a balabas you are over your destiny? And about other people? Look, see good in everybody. You know what they asked Chaim Kanevsky? You're giving brachas to everybody. He's a Rishayim walking into your place. You know what he said, Reb Chaim? Ich say no goods. I don't see anybody bad. Who's bad? I know what you're talking about. Now you know why. There was 500,000 people at his Levaya. Why it was the Rashke Bahag. He sees only good. I don't see what bad guys. Who's the Rasha? I don't know what you're talking about. That's what Chaim can. Now you know. And which other leader was exactly like that? David HaMelech. David Shaul HaMelech threw a spear at him 3 times. 3 times. And he wasn't sure. Yenison, is your father good with me? Or well, we'll check this out. Yeah, he said, wasn't sure either. You couldn't figure that out? It's three times. He took a spear. David was playing music for him. And he took, and Shaul was, whatever, that was the matzah. Took a spear, threw it at David. It would have nailed him against the wall. Except that second, David, you want to adjust your position when you're playing a harp. You have to keep moving. That second, he took a nope. What was that? And he sees a spear vibrating in the wall. How did that happen? And there's Shaul HaMelech looking at him. It happened 3 times, and David wasn't sure. He asked Yehуда, said, let's decide, is your father against me? You know what an ayin tova David had? There's a reason that's a melech. He has a good eye. He sees only good, and he reports only good reports. David HaMelech said that when Shaul was killed. No, I'm sorry. Not when Shaul was killed. When his son Absalom was killed, somebody ran. Achimatz ben Tzadok, he was a kohen, and he said, Achimatz, he's running. He's a good person. He's going to give a good report. Good. It's a pasuk. Good people. You ever hear somebody? It's bad news just happened. When someone says that, they say, yeah, what was that? You want to get people's attention? Did you hear a terrible thing happen in the news today? What was that? No, is that what happens? Everybody's excited over the bad news. If you say good news, all right, what else is new? No, good news. He's that boring guy. All he talks about is good news. Yeah. That's why the Spring Hill Times, Ashrei Chelkai, he's reporting good news and he's doing it. The Elam's taking it. Anyway, how much longer do I have to speak? 2 more minutes? Okay. All right. So I'll tell you the other thing. And this is an atomic bomb. I had one complaint about speaking about Zikr Rabbi. I'm a little cautious, but you got to hear this one. Rabbi Yashiv says, in Saita Zion Amid Beis, Rabbi Yashiv says that when Moshe Rabbeinu was davening, how could it be Yehuda his bones are flying all over the place, and Yehuda is whole? They were dead. But why Yehuda? Yehuda had a punishment, whatever, whole story. Why is Reuven better than Yehuda? Yehuda caused Reuven to say, I'm sorry. Since he did it, Reuven copied him. That's what Moshe said. Moshe said that. Suddenly, Yehuda's back to normal. Thanks for Frank Rabbi Yashiv. What? He caused Reuven to be Maida. You know what he did? He was Maida on a Hara, the Maisa Tamar, to be Maida on that. Reuven, no, what did he do? He did nothing. So he's Maida, big spiel. It's not a big godless to be Maida, Maisa Billah. To be Maisa Tamar Rabbi Yashiv. You can't compare. Why didn't Moshe Rabbeinu say simple? Yehuda is so much bigger than Reuven. Why is Yehuda in trouble and Reuven not? Says Rabbi Yashiv, you ready? I'm going to drop a bomb. They're going to hate me for this one. You ready? Zuk Rabbi Yashiv. I'm quoting Rabbi Yashiv. To help someone else improve, even though it's small stuff, is much better than improving yourself in big stuff. Did you hear that? I'm not saying anything. You have a choice of finishing Shas or going out and being Makarab some people. Think twice. I'm not telling you what to do. Listen, I'm telling you what Rabbi Yashiv says. So somebody asked me, Rabbi Yashiv used to sit and learn all his life. He wasn't into Kiruv. What got into him? By the way, he was a Murdig Chassid of Novandik. He held from Novandik, not Shayach. So that might answer why he had. But the Chavos Halvav says openly that it's better to do Zikr Rabim than being Zeicher to the highest Madregas, like Nevuah. You have a choice, becoming a Navi, or not such a big tzaddik, but you be Makar. Chavos Halvav, it's not Rabbi Yashiv. So I hope the elders aren't upset with me. So if you can do anything for the klal, or at least have that hashkafa. At least that hashkafa. So let's say you don't do anything, but at least you live with truth. You're not going to live like, well, it's not, at least it would be nice if I could do it. Alba Misalbat can spend hours trying to tell an old yid the importance of kale. They say, what are you getting out of that? He says, to change your way of thinking, it's worth it. It's very heilig in the next world, that you have the right way.